Welcome back to another video. This time a bit different. We are talking about how to work effectively with triple monitors or multiple monitors. So yeah, I was a gamer kid. So I have to set up, or like I have a triple monitor setup since 2014. And since that, I also had a company between that. So until now, I had a company and I worked a lot from home and I had 3 monitors. And I'm kind of the person who really loves setups and gaming setups and also work in general. So after these many years of using it, which is actually a decade, so it's like 10 years already since I'm gaming and working with triple monitors, I developed techniques, rhythms, habits, and everything to work effectively with 3 monitors, sometimes even 4, if I have another one here down below. But currently, 3 are mostly fine, and I need to say, I find 3 monitors perfect. A lot of people work with 2 monitors, which I have just behind you. But yeah, I do prefer 3 monitors. And how to work with that, that's in today's video. So as most people know and probably heard of, is I have ADHD. And maybe that's the reason I work effectively with 3 monitors. But I mean, there's a lot of people who work with 2 monitors. So, and I mean, I think when people do trading, they work with, I don't know, 6 or something. So I think you can really benefit with multiple monitors. And I mean, some people like to have one and being focused on one task, which you should always do, focusing on one task. But I feel like you do have more with multiple monitors, not only for gamers, but also in terms of work efficiency. One of the benefits of working with a couple of monitors is like, for example, I can be really fast, especially like the gaming version is like, I can change tasks, I can do it like that and whatsoever. So I can do things really fast. And that's what I really enjoy with like triple monitors. So I can be here and just plan some strategy stuff. I can move it around really fast and have it here. The thing is, I never forget anything because everything is somewhere on the screens. So our brains are not naturally made to understand, okay, when we close a task, and that is somewhere hidden, right? So if you think biologically, we might forget that. And for example, when people have ADHD, as I have, there might be a chance to never see it again, or it's like 5 days later, it's like, oh yeah, well, I still forget that stuff. So what I really like is just to have everything open. And I think it is also more natural behavior if we are just standing here, for example, sitting, and instead of like opening the task all the time and like looking, okay, which task do I have open here and searching for it, I can just turn my head slightly and look on the left side. Okay, so I don't need to open all the tasks at a time. And I think we all know we don't want to have like everything in one screen and then like everything is like super small. So I prefer to have certain tasks on the other side. So instead of like putting things down, I just look to the right and look to the left. So hands on, I'm going to explain how I work most of the time and how the monitors are structured. So on the left side on the monitors, that's mostly the monitors where I have strategies, where I do look up, where I do a quick note. And for example, like here on the left, that's my Mila note sheet. That's where my strategy is, where I'm planning things. And it is good to have it open so I can, while quickly planning something, I can look, okay, that's what I need to do. That's something where it's connecting. And the interesting thing is sometimes you can just connect dots and you're like, okay, well, this video connects better to this one and this one. So everything what I have in my brain, I can perfectly put down here. So it gets out of the brain, it gets structured, it's visually, so I can also execute it better. Here on the right to it, there's like the idea. So for example, when I have a strategy, I put it on the left and somewhere connected how I could benefit from it. On the right, I have, for example, I get ideas while I'm building a strategy. And for example, like, okay, I need a title, I need a thumbnail, I need a hook, I need a business idea. I want to create a product. What do I need to do? And then on the right, I just type things down as like a list. So it always stays open. So while I'm in the fighting while working like crazy with some caffeine, it is a really easy task to like switch to the left. It's like, hey, this is a strategy. There's the things what I'm currently working on. okay, that's how does this connect to the newsletter? How does this connect to the long format? How does this connect to the product? And how do I build my funnel, my business funnel, for example? And what are the titles, which are on the right, and how do they merge together? And that's the left side of my monitors. Coming to the middle part, which is actually the most important one, that's where the actually work gets done. So for example, that's my entire plan, for example, where I'm creating content. So that's everything for content. On the left or middle notice, sometimes a bit like more strategy, but that's content, that's the execution, that's the timeline, that's what I'm working on, and that's the things, for example, which I finished as well. Most of my things, what I'm do is instead of like strategizing, and I mostly write. So for example, that's like some bullet points for this video today. So I mostly stay in flow state. I write really fast. I'm not really write fast, but I do a lot of writing, especially to like script and film and have ideas for the videos. Sometimes the writing turns out to be a good video, sometimes it does not. And then I just never touch the video again. So that's what I'm doing in the morning. And while I'm like creating the script, I get ideas, or I make connections to a book or whatsoever. Then I'm switching to the left side of the, and I like include something in strategy, include something in tab. I was like, okay, while I'm writing, I have this great idea for another thumbnail, for another title, which perfectly fits to the short or something. Then I type it on the left, like you can see here. I just need to turn my head. And on the last side, you can do whatever you want with multiple marches. I'm just trying to give some inspiration how I'm working and why it is a bit more relaxing for me. But for example, here I have ChatGPT open. I have the browser. So for example, if there's something which I need to check while I'm writing, it's like, okay, I have no idea how I'm writing this word, or what is this word exactly, or do I find a perfect synonym? I go fast to ChatGPT or Google and type it in and just switch it together. Or on the right side, I have my folder structure, which is a para method from Tiago Forte. He wrote a book about productivity, and it's about his para method. So it is projects, areas, resources, and archive. That specific structure. That's what I have on the right side, and that helps me to structure my entire laptops, iPhones, PC, whatsoever. And to work effectively, which is very interesting, I also use 3 monitors for my MacBook actually when I'm doing video editing, just because on the one side you have all these tabs. On the right side you have, for example, all the videos you need. In the middle you are editing, and on the left you mostly have the script. So I can, for example, know, okay, that's what I talk, that's what I need to delete because it is in a script. So I'm not getting really out of my flow state. I don't have any small situations I'm like need to look around. So I can really stay on track and just like focus on the things what I have in front of me. And I don't need to think, okay, which task do I need to open? Which tab needs to be open? Which task? Everything is at one side. So everything is exactly at this corner from my viewing angle. So I'm not getting really distracted, which kind of sounds crazy, I know. And from a different perspective, I think when people have ADHD, we tend to get bored. And I think these 3 monitors, I don't know how, but I have a really deep, crazy focus, and I can really like connect tasks really fast. It really sounds crazy, but as long as you're staying on a specific task, and the left side and the right side is beneficial for the task in the middle, I think we can perfectly work with 3 monitors. And for everyone who did not know, I started a newsletter, so about talking about the health, productivity, and ADHD, everything in the link down below. So if you're interested, I would be super happy if you would join the newsletter. I write this every week, and I know I don't really have a lot of people reading this probably, but I try to be consistent, say, hey, every Saturday I'm releasing this newsletter. However, it's like, if there's not a lot of people reading it, but I know it makes myself better because I write every week. I have a deadline. It's like every Saturday I need to write this blog post or this newsletter, so I need to stay on track. And that's how I learn and improve my writing. So feel free to sign up would be super appreciated, and maybe there's more people reading HD Money newsletters, because I feel like I put so much energy into it. No one is reading it, so I just hope in the future, I don't know, that people are reading it. Thanks very much for watching this video. See you guys in my next video. Bye.